Hello, we are live here for Open for Business. We will just go ahead and let people, give people a chance to get on really quick, but we are live and ready to begin the discussion. So take your time getting on and pulling up your article if you'd like to do that. Play a little bit of music. There we go. Hello, Cynthia. Let me try to make it to where I can see everybody's comments better. There we go. Got Marjorie and Cynthia on. Yes. Cynthia is sharing the link for the Facebook group, which is where everything will be. Marjorie put our hashtag there. It's VizTeam 2018 for anyone who wants to join the conversation. Looks like Hope has joined us. Sorry, just trying to figure out how to figure out who all is watching. Caleb, thank you for writing this down in the comments, Cynthia, because I can't quite see who's joining. We're looking forward to hearing your thoughts, Hope. I'm excited about this. I think this is going to be an awesome monthly series. This first article was so fun to read, and I'm excited to hear everyone. Allie's on. Okay, so again, welcome to our first conversation this year of Open for Business. It is our brand new online series. The description is here and it is in our Facebook page as well for Open for Business. Just a quick intro about myself while we let a few more people join in. I'm a public relations coordinator with Carriage Trade Public Relations and Cecilia Russo Marketing. I've been with them since last May. I absolutely love it. Every single day is so much fun. But I'm actually located in Athens right now. So I graduated last May with a degree in public relations, and now I am studying to achieve my master's degree in advertising and public relations. So this article was right up my alley. I had a focus in social media in my undergrad, and that was so exciting to learn about. So moving right along, just to give you a brief rundown of what this series is going to kind of be. Typically, we're going to see if we can kind of do the live stream, I think, in the Open for Business Facebook page, but we'll keep you updated, of course, every month. But this right here on Facebook is kind of going to be where we meet. Right now, we have them scheduled for the last Wednesday of every month at noon, and I know that description says that it'll take about an hour, but we're going to try to keep it under 30 minutes just to respect your time and your lunch break and whatever you've got going on each day. But each month, we will have a different social media or marketing article that we've posted a link to in that description, and I would recommend reading it before just so that you can come here with questions and kind of an idea of what we'll be talking about. And that way this can just be your time to dig a little bit deeper. And this page, that Open for Business group, is really where you can find all of the information. Again, it'll have the link to the monthly reading. It'll have all of our contact information if you'd like to reach out to us and whatnot. And then it'll have that hashtag that Marjorie just shared, which is VizTeam 2018. And we encourage you just to use that as you would like and whatnot. So finally, before we start, I know that Facebook Live is kind of, in its essence, it's a one-way communication channel, but I really would love for this to be a two-way conversation. And just like we've been doing thus far in the comment section, please do join in. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you thought about the article. Let us, give us your questions. I'll be watching that and answering them as quickly as I can. And please invite your friends. This is going to be an exciting monthly meeting here. And I'm so excited to just dive right in. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and begin with this month's article. It was written by Jason Demers, and it is titled 7 Social Media Trends That Will Dominate in 2018. So this is truly a perfect topic for January, as we all are kind of looking forward at our business goals for 2018. So I would love to see who's read it. Please let us know what you think about the article and if you liked it, if you didn't like it, and whatnot. Again, leave those comments there and I will answer them as I see them come in. But whether you liked the article or not, whether you kind of agreed or disagreed with Jason, I definitely think that it is a perfect article, like I said, to start off with here in January, because it's getting our minds future and forward thinking, and it's making us really engage in, trend forecasting for 2018 and how can our business stay ahead of the curve and on top of our goals, on top of our strategies, and how can we implement technology into our everyday practices. And one thing that I would just like to agree with Jason on is, these big technological innovations can kind of hit you hard if you're not paying attention to the tech landscape on a daily or weekly basis. So I would say if your business or brand is not already kind of checking in on new technologies and new innovations on a daily or weekly basis, definitely start to do that, because that'll by nature keep you ahead of the curve, and it'll help you to see what's coming, and you're not going to be blindsided by a huge any huge innovation that might hit in 2018. So without lingering any longer, we'll just go ahead and start off with the first point that Jason makes here. And he says that augmented reality will absolutely take off. Essentially, he's saying that AR, as it's more commonly referred to, 2018 will be the year of AR. And for those of you who maybe have never heard of augmented reality or just a little bit unsure about it, AR is a technology that superimposes a computer-generated image onto a user's view of the real world. And the most concrete example that I can give of this is Pokemon Go. Maybe some of you have played the game before or played it when it was really popular and whatnot. I've never played it, but essentially you pulled up your app and it had your camera open and you could see what was actually in front of you. And then you would also see what the computer-generated images that the app was producing, and it really looked like those images would be right in front of you, but in reality they were just on your app, and that is kind of what AR is. And now, as the article mentioned, glasses are kind of becoming a big thing. And Google Glasses tried a few years ago to kind of hit the market with their new product, and it didn't really quite work. I think that they introduced it a little bit too quickly. It wasn't the right timing, and it didn't take off. But Jason's kind of arguing here that maybe the glasses will take off in 2018. My personal opinion, I kind of see this incline of AR. I could definitely see where that would steepen, that we are going to see definitely a larger shift to AR, but I would give it in the next 3 or 5 years to say that AR will be a widespread technology, and that, there'll be apps that require AR for you to engage on those. I think that it's going to take the price point coming down a little bit. The glasses are becoming sleeker. Now they're resembling your favorite pair of sunglasses or your eyeglasses, but that price point is still over $1,000. And I think that until we can get it more where what we pay for our other forms of technology is when we'll see that's when we'll see it kind of hit the market, and it'll be a common thing for us to use to engage with one another. And again, that'll go back to hinging on interaction. When AR can find a way to boost users interaction and find a way that people just can't go without having it, then yes, I definitely think that it will hit the market. But until then, I think it'll still just be kind of for those specific industries or tech savvy individuals. So for something for us as business professionals to be thinking about is kind of, okay, if AR is on the horizons, if that is the next big thing, then how can we be planning for that? And I challenge you to kind of think of some hypothetical situations where AR might hit the market and everyone's using it, and how you can use that for your good. So I'll give you a quick example right now. Maybe you are an architect, and you've got a big groundbreaking coming up. You could imagine here for a minute that everyone has their AR glasses, and there's, a technology where everyone can kind of log in to see this groundbreaking, and you can make them a part of this big event that you are hosting. So kind of just get your mind going on those type of tangents. This is where my business is. This is where AR is. How can we mix the two if it were to saturate the market tomorrow? So moving right along, and again, in the comment section, I would love to, if y'all already have, huge ideas of where you think AR could go for your business, would love to hear them. But moving right along into the second point, Jason says that live streaming will continue on this explosive rise. So yes, 100% agree, hands down yes. Because in 2017, you saw live streaming hit the market like no other. Brands and businesses clung to it and said, yes, I want to use this feature, and it was so successful. 80% of consumers say that they would rather see a live video than read a brand or business's blog, and then 82% of consumers say that they prefer live video to any written social media updates at all. So just to kind of compare this to a blogger, one of my favorite bloggers actually mentioned the other day how, she had a huge following on Instagram, but it really wasn't until she started doing live videos on Instagram and making pretty long Instagram stories that she felt this bridge of connection was closed, and she felt that she really got a loyal, strong following base. She said, I know that my followers aren't going anywhere because we're related on another level now. And I think that is a huge thing. You can't convey the sense of energy that you have about your brand or your business in writing a lot of times, but what you can do is you can convey that in a video. We love the idea of putting, a personality, a voice, a face to your business and to your brand. And it really is bringing about this just an idea of authenticity to your brand, and connecting you to your target audience in all the right ways and on a more personal level. We love the idea of doing giveaways and updates and tours using live videos. And as Jason says here, this isn't really, you're not ahead of the curve if you're doing live videos. This is an expectation for 2018. And if your brand or business is not doing this quite yet, you should absolutely hop on the train, because consumers are expecting this now. And it is becoming something that people are preferring over that written content. So moving right along onto point number 3, Jason says privacy and open source will take precedence. And again, as with number 2, I have to completely agree. With the rise of technology, we are definitely seeing areas of our privacy that we are just forfeiting. You can think of location services. That's an area of our privacy that we have just said, okay, it's okay to have our location out there in the digital sphere if it will cut back on me having to type in my search bar that I'm in Athens, Georgia or Savannah, Georgia. So yes, we are definitely forfeiting our privacy in some ways, but we're never okay with our information being leaked or hacked, and that is where these social platforms are trying to increase security and whatnot, and it's a little bit out of our hands as business professionals and as brands, whether those are, we can't control hacking and those type of things, but what we can do is we can ensure that the platforms that we're asking our consumers to engage with us on, make sure that those platforms are reputable platforms. Make sure that they are known for being secure and that they have security precautions in place. Because if you're not, then it really can convey that you're not a very caring brand about your consumers. Security is number one, privacy is number one, and we want to make sure that our consumers understand that that's our priority for us and our priority for them. And again, with open source, for those of you who are unaware, open source is, referring to things like Wikipedia and to Yelp. And again, unless we're app developers or technology professionals, we're probably not coming up with these platforms, but we can ask our target audiences and our consumers to engage with us on open source platforms so that they understand that we want them to be a part of writing our story. We don't want to just kind of be the only voices of our brand. We want for our consumers to also be writing our story and to also be writing, about our brand and being engaged in our conversations. So moving right along to number 4, Jason says gamification will extend to social applications. I would love to hear what y'all have to say and your thoughts about this one. When I read it, I dug a little bit deeper. One part of me agrees with this and the other one kind of doesn't. Jason says that we'll see an app that blends social media and gaming. And I think that it would depend on the app. So I think that if an app were released that were a little bit too gamish, it would just kind of appeal to that market that is already prone to liking those gaming apps. It's not going to appeal to the everyday consumer. On the flip side, we're already seeing game-like features being introduced to already established social platforms. So think about Instagram and Snapchat. Filters are, a game-like feature of those social platforms that are loved by consumers. The new poll feature on Instagram is loved by consumers. Platforms even like Tinder, those were kind of created on a game-like basis. So yes, we are seeing these game-like features, but I'd love to hear y'all's opinions on, a game social app that could hit the market in 2018. I definitely think that any apps that are going to be released and any features that will be introduced are going to have to hinge on this idea of interactivity, because again, I think that 2018 is really just going to be the year of engagement and interactivity, and something that can hinge on that is going to be successful. But again, please leave your thoughts in the comments, whether you would like to see an app that is gamish heavy, or if you kind of think that maybe we'll see more of the game-like features, but maybe there won't be an app that completely blends the two. Moving into point number 5, though, this says that ad growth will accelerate. Yes, hands down, yes, I agree. You are seeing more and more of every form of advertising on your social media pages and platforms, whether we like it or not. Banner advertising is on almost every single website that we log into or get onto today. And we're also seeing a huge rise in native advertising. So if you're not familiar with the term native advertising is an ad online that resembles the content of that site or platform. So if you're scrolling through Instagram and you're seeing a lot of your friends' posts, and then you see a new post, and you might scroll over it and just keep going. If you're really looking and engaging with the posts, though, you might see it and think, I don't know that person, and then look where it typically says the location, and it'll say advertisement or sponsored content and whatnot. And I think that native advertising could go one of 2 ways. If the advertising is spot on, if it really does blend in with that particular user's feed, and it's a brand that they really could be interested in, they might, click on the page, go to it, and actually become a future buyer from that brand or business. On the flip side, if a user sees an ad that is kind of interruptive to their news feed, and they see it and think, oh, I don't follow that page, and then look and realize that it's an advertisement, it really could be annoying and it could be very intrusive. So I think as businesses and as brands thinking about buying ad space on social media, we really have to think about our audience, and we have to think about the product that we're selling. Because if we're selling a really attractive product that could look really great in someone's newsfeed, yeah, maybe you should go for native advertising. That might be a risk that you're willing to take, and it could lead to a lot of great followers and buyers of your brand. But on the flip side, if you're selling something a little bit more mundane, maybe an everyday product or something, looking at other ways of buying advertising on social media might be a little bit more effective for your business. Brand filters are a great way just to increase your name recognition. You can do this usually on Snapchat and Instagram. Users can put a filter on their picture, and it might say, sponsored by Neutrogena with a pretty filter there. So thinking of just, I think, keeping your mindset as, is this advertisement going to interrupt my consumers or my target audience's newsfeed, or could it be a welcomed addition to their social online experience? And if you're thinking in those ways, I think that you could, most definitely reach the right consumers in the right ways and not be an annoying brand. And that really goes well into point number 6, which is, Jason talks about brand fatigue, which is a new term. I've never heard of that, but I love it. It is a great way to encompass that entire idea. Jason says that brands are going to have to, this over-saturation of brands on our social pages will force changes to the current social media formula. And he was on point when he predicted this, because Mark Zuckerberg actually just introduced a new Facebook algorithm that prioritizes family and friends posts over those of businesses and brands. And as a business professional, this could be a little bit discouraging to hear, thinking, okay, my content, my posts, they might not be seen, and it might be a little bit harder for me to reach my followers on my social platforms, or Facebook in particular. But as a communications professional, I'm a huge supporter of the change. I think that it's only going to bring about great results, because I think that it's bringing Facebook back to its roots of interactivity. It is forcing businesses, it's forcing brands to be more intentional and to be more creative with the posts that they are publishing and with the content that they are putting out for their followers to see. It's not enough just to say, hey, we've got a new product, try it out. You have to become a part of the conversation, and you have to get your followers interacting with you. And you have to be a part of their newsfeed that they want to engage with. And again, that's just bringing 2018 back to this whole idea of engagement and interactivity. So then moving right along to our final and last point of the article, Jason says that local and personal experiences will increase in popularity. And again, I have to agree. Do we all follow our favorite huge firms or brands and businesses? Yes, typically we do on our social pages. But naturally, we want to engage and we want to get on a personal level with businesses and brands and all of our favorite products and whatnot. Big firms usually don't have an upper hand with this because they have too many customers, too many followers to respond to and to engage with. So that is where local businesses and smaller firms really have the upper hand. And Savannah is most definitely a step ahead. We are a tight-knit community. We have, perfected this small town feel in a pretty large sized city. And consumers want to be a name. They want for you to know them. They don't want to just be another customer or a number to you. And like I said, Savannah businesses and Savannah firms are engaging the community, engaging our community members and our consumers and our target audiences in such a personal level. It's one of my favorite characteristics of Savannah. But I want to challenge all of us to improve that even more with our businesses. At our company, we call this 10Xing something. If we perfect a press release, if we just have a knockout interview, we always challenge ourselves to 10X it, to just take it to another level. And that's kind of where I want to leave all of you today is, maybe you could look at this list and say, I am doing awesome at all 7 of those things. And if that's you, that is incredible. But I want to just challenge you to 10X that, take your social media strategies, take your marketing strategies, take take your tech, research to the next level so that you can stay ahead of the curve, so that your business can stay on top or become on top. Because that's what it's going to take in 2018 to really be successful is, an attitude of engagement, one of transparency, openness, and, genuineness, but really someone in a business and a firm that's willing to go above and beyond. And I think that's really what will make us as business professionals successful in 2018. So thank you all so much for tuning in for this first conversation of the series. I'm so excited for the remaining articles that we'll all read together and come here to discuss. Thanks to everyone who participated and commented. You're welcome to keep commenting, leave any questions that you may have there in the comment sections. Again, you can stay updated in our Open for Business page with next month's conversation topic, and the link will be posted there. Invite your friends to join, and let us know your feedback. If you liked or didn't like something about the way that today was run, please let us know. That way we can improve next month's conversation. And if you have any particular topics or articles that you've run across that you just think would be a great topic to bring about for this conversation, please let us know about those as well. Our contact is in the description there. If you have any questions, again, you can leave them here in the comment section, or you can email us at savannahpublicrelations@gmail.com. And I hope that everyone has a great day today. And again, just remember to keep interactivity at the core of your social media workings, to keep genuineness and transparency at the core of your business strategies and practices, and to keep looking forward into 2018 and to see how your business can remain successful and to stay on top. So thank you all and have a great day.